No, I wouldn't bother. The it's not technically my photo, so no, I wouldn't feel right doing that because that wouldn't be right.
I have the same issue with my photo, but I have used it for a long time now. But I have no plans on minting it.
I thought about augmenting the photo and making it, mine, but no, it's not technically my photo. So no, I wouldn't feel right trying to turn it into an NFT.
You should do it then, because it will be a lot of history behind it. Since you say like you are the ledgerscale guy, when you were at Apex and things like that, people are already recognizing you. Oh yeah, it's you from ledgerscale. So you should think about doing something with it and mint it, and in 100 years, maybe it will be worth something.
Well, there was someone that came into the chats one day and it was a project, and I think maybe I'm just not aware, but they would do a thing and they would change the photo a little bit, right? And then issue an NFT, and then it would be like formatted appropriately for like a profile picture, um, like the right pixels and whatever. And I thought it was kind of an interesting idea. Um, I don't know. For now, it is what it is. I've used the thing for I don't know how long. Um, since my brother was in Madagascar, that's how long. And he was over there for a while, like 5 years.
Have you been in Madagascar? Or was that what you just said?
No, I never went over there. Um, I never went over there. My mother did that, which was quite an experience for her. She hadn't been in a lot of third world places. Like I've traveled in some places that are let's just go with rough. Um, she hadn't done that, so yeah, this was kind of funny. But yeah, no, she went over. I didn't go over there. I wish I did, but I was so heads down in the insurance business. I was just trying to do that and get everything going, um, and it turned out to be a ended up being a waste of time and effort. So no, I didn't go. I would have liked to. I mean, we had some people from Madagascar come over and stay at the house and stuff.
Yeah, Madagascar is known for. I think it's. I don't know how what cool things you can do and things like that, but I think it's a lot of rare animals and things like that lives there.
Oh yeah, it's an ecological. If you're interested in that kind of thing, it's an ecological island, almost like Australia, like the Australian continent. But then the fishing, there's so much fish. Um, they actually, this is a funny one. They because we grew up oystering, and so they had a oyster eating contest. So my brother got into it with one of the local guys. Well, everybody else had basically tapped out, like they couldn't eat any more oysters. And so my this other guy and my brother got into it, and they basically it was a tie because they ate the town out of oysters. And this was like a fishing, oystering town. Like it was a coastal place. And yeah, they ate the town out of oysters, so it was a tie. Nobody won. But it's crazy. There was another situation where he had oh gosh, I don't want to say all this stuff. He the women are treated differently, and uh like some of the women had, they were only, well, granted the roads were absolutely terrible, but because I've seen pictures and videos and stuff. But the women had, they only lived a few miles from the coast, but they had like never seen the ocean, and they would be like in their 30s and 40s, never seen the ocean, and they're right there. Um, so I don't know.
Then you are pretty based if you live 1 mile from the ocean and have never seen it. That is roots.
Well, they didn't, the men were the ones that traveled around, and the women didn't. And then so he did, well, he slash they did a thing where they got a bus, which put bus in air quotes. They got a vehicle, and this is what I've seen pictures of in the video. But and they and I mean, damn near tipped the thing over because the road's terrible, and there's not really roads; it's just pathways. And but yeah, they took all the women to the coast, and of course they're like shocked, right? They're like never seen an ocean before, like, it was just a anyway. So then they brought him back to town, and by town I mean a strip of a couple dozen houses or built.
This might be a little bit off topic for you, Karma, but is there anyone in the room that understands what happened with the B&B chain? From what I can gather, obviously they had an attack vector for the cross bridge or something like that. I just saw Chris came in the room. I was wondering if anyone had any details on that.
For V chain.
No, for B&B. So I saw a couple of posts there. I think it was yesterday morning, I think it was, and CZ was putting up that someone was obviously creating an attack vector for the BNB chain, like the Binance chain. And from what he was saying, it looked like it was actually like a cross bridge or something like that, and they were creating BNB in that transfer, and I wasn't too sure how that would work. So I was just wondering if anyone had any details on that, because I was just thinking if it's a cross bridge or something like that from their, I think it's BEP20 and the BEP2 chains, that you wouldn't be able to do that, and it's something to do with the way that they burn their tokens as well. So I was just wondering if anyone knew.
No, I saw it also, Alex, but I haven't had time to check it out, just as you. So, but if anyone have some more
Yeah, so
information,
basically somebody took advantage of probably a known bug in the Binance Smart Chain. But the thing is that so Binance itself, BSC is centralized, and so they can just roll back the chain and basically make that so that those tokens never left. Now, I would say the thing that's out of their control is when you were able to use non KYC dexes to move from stablecoin to another stablecoin. The thing is that it's either USDT and USDC, right? And they're going to freeze that. And even if they were able to go on from that DEX to another DEX on another blockchain and then swap to the native token of that blockchain, we have all the addresses. I mean, the addresses are there, right? So they'll just have to take a time bomb until they hit the exchange to go cash out. But you know, hacks are only good when you don't get caught. When you get caught, there's not much you can do.
Yeah, I was thinking that it might have been like, obviously, as you say, is obviously some kind of attack vector that was probably pretty well known. And you're right too. Like, if they can roll it all back and there's no harm, no foul, it's just interesting that someone's gone in for an attack on Binance. Like, I mean, they're a pretty private end to what they do. So yeah, and also a big player in the market as well. So it's just very interesting to be able to see who's attacking what and what's going on out there too.
What's up there, Chris?
Good day.
Hey, Chris. Happy Friday. I love those wolf NFTs you have, Chris. Are they minted on Solgenic on the XLS 14? And who's making them, by the way?
It's a animation studio in Japan, and they're on Ethereum. They're pretty cool though.
Oh, okay, yeah, I love them. They are cool as fuck, as you say. Have they been making them for a long time, or is it, yeah, for how long?
I think it's a few months. They're like a legitimate studio in Japan. I think though I don't know if it's a language barrier or what's going on, but they don't seem to know how to market it quite right yet. They are looking for help on that though. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I like them. Their Discord's pretty active, but I can't read Japanese, so
What is it? What is it that they're what functionality? What are they doing?
that's hard to tell too. There is a DAO component to it that isn't quite explained properly yet. And then they're also talking like through their studio they'll allow lots of artists and companies to mint things. I have a tough time trying to understand their project properly.
Are they make any popular anime shows?
Yeah, I would have to go and Google Translate everything to know. I just really love the art, so I bought a few.
Well, if you like it, that's all that matters.
They've been going to all the like anime conventions and everything in Japan, so they're definitely marketing it there. But yeah, here is the could use some more, I think.
Not long now till it's winter in Alaska, Chris. Is it? Can't wait till we can see some winter pictures from there. I guess it's beautiful at the winter time.
Yeah, that should be soon. We'll get snow before Halloween for sure.
Sweet. So it's
weeks.
Gosh, and I get concerned it's going to drop down into the 60s. I don't want no snow.
I love the snow. I can't wait.
Oh no. Oh man. It's fun. Snow is really fun to visit. But then leave.
It'll only take me a couple months to be saying I fucking hate this bullshit. I don't want to see snow ever again. Get me the fuck out of here. Yeah, it's great for a short period.
Yeah, for sure. But that's the best part of seasons. You always want the opposite of what you're in. But it's much better when you have real winters, though, like in Alaska, I guess, because here, yeah, we can have snow for 1 week and then it's raining away, and you have this like slush you're walking around in for 2 weeks. Maybe you can't even go to your car and 2 meters before you are wet on your shoes and things like that.
Ugh, the slush is the worst. The driving.
Well, that stuff scared me. I was driving, I had a car full of people, and all of a sudden I hit a patch of black ice and the car went sideways. I, that scared me. Like, I don't, not it was I could have gone into I almost went into oncoming traffic. Screw that, dude.
Yeah, slush can be extremely fucked up to drive on, especially if it gets to slush and freeze again. Then it's like what it's called. Yeah, pure ice everywhere.
I've driven in like, torrential downpours where it's hard to see past your freaking hood. But dude, I never had a car like just move sideways on me. Dude, screw that. That's not cool. Uh, no. I'd
Is there
rather.
any chance that you can have snow in Florida at some rare occasions, or what it's called?
It snowed in the 90s. Not much, like a quarter of an inch, half an inch. Not much, nothing really. But yeah, they closed the bridge. They gave a school day, and it was like, oh come on, you know. But yeah, that's the last time it snowed was in the 90s.
Yeah, that's rare then. But they closed the schools and everything because of some little snow.
Yeah, yeah, they closed the bridge. They salted the bridge, which probably did more damage than anything because it just makes things rust. Yeah, yeah, it was like comical, the overreaction. I mean, and it all melted away in what, 12 out 18 hours, 24 hours, you know. Goodbye. It's just water.
So what is the regular-ish temperature in Florida in midwinter? Is it as much as 10 Celsius, if you understand Celsius? Or is it
uh
more?
oh, let me
It's summer
figure out.
all year, isn't it? Almost.
Hold on, I forget the conversion rate for what is the Celsius conversion rate to Fahrenheit?
It depends. 10 usually 10
Like multiply by 2 and add 10 or something like that.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Between freezing and boiling, so you're 10% of the way above freezing, 90% from boiling.
So that would probably be like what, 40 something degrees Fahrenheit?
50.
50. It definitely gets in the 50s. I mean, it normally freezes a couple of times a year, but the last few years it hasn't frozen. Which is bad because then you got more bugs. So it's better if it freezes at least a couple of times a year. Um, but that, yeah, things are definitely changing. I don't know why. It's the if like one year, like what was it, 2 years ago, we didn't have a single freeze, not one freeze. It never got below 32 or zero. Not one. I mean,
So 32 Fahrenheit is like zero. So you have like beyond 0 degrees once a year.
well, usually a couple of times a year. Yeah. I mean, it'll get down into the 20s, which is below zero. But it's only for like a day or two, right? Like it's not like it stays like that. It's just like a cold snap. Like it's just a day or two. So, but it helps. It kills all the bug eggs and all this stuff. And then when the season comes back and the heat and all the bugs hatch, there's not as many bugs. If you don't kill all the bug eggs, like if you don't freeze them out, then there's like a just shitload more bugs.
Didn't think about that.
Well, you will when you're sitting on the back porch. Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, some years we have less because of that, as you said. If the on the spring, and if the cold comes a little bit too early, it kills a lot of the ticks. I don't know if you have the ticks in Florida, but in Norway we have hell of ticks. The dog is like full of them. It's annoying.
Yeah, we got the ticks. I've had several, but do you guys have Lyme disease over there?
Pretty sure if you mean the disease that came with the ticks, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty rare though that you get it. But I have heard of it. I'm pretty sure it's the same disease, but I don't know if it's more common there.
Well, my buddy, he got it. Well, he didn't get it, thankfully. He got the shot probably just in time. But we went out up to Cape Hatteras on a surf trip, and he had found that he had a tick anyway. So he pulled it off, and his mom and I made fun of him in hindsight, stupidly. But his mom said, you got to go to a doctor and get like a Lyme disease test. So he did, and he actually had the test came back like positive, like he had like some antibody. So anyway, so they gave him the shot or whatever, the vaccine, or I don't know what the hell you call it. But yeah, he ended up, he didn't get Lyme disease because Lyme disease is like a permanent thing if you actually get it. Like, and it's not a cool thing.
Yeah, you're just allergic to steak. It's all good.
What's that?
You end up with a allergy to meat.
Mm, no, I don't think so. No.
By the way, is that the disease that attacks the nervous system? That fucks up your nervous system, yeah?
I have no idea, man. I don't know any of this medical stuff. All I know is his mom got mad at him and made him go take a test, and it turned out that it was probably a good thing she did that, and he got some sort of medicine or pill or shot, or I don't know what the hell it was, whatever he got, and he didn't get Lyme disease.
So I'll just read this quick here. When a carrier tick bites a human, the tick injects alpha gel into the person's body. For unknown reasons, some people have such a strong immune response to these molecules that they can no longer eat red meat or products made from mammals without a mild to severe allergic reaction.
No, he'll definitely still sit down and have a steak. No problem about that. No, I'm telling you, he didn't get it. They gave him some sort of shot or something, I think it was a shot or a vaccine, or I don't think it was a pill. They gave him something, and it was probably a good thing his mom told him to go get checked.
It can also make you allergic to a cancer drug, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, ticks are annoying. I hate the ticks. But in Norway they are not too big. But I guess in some tropical places, things like that, they can be huge, I guess.
Yeah, New York, we definitely have a bad tick problem because of all the deer.
We
Well,
get
that's where the ticks that have the Lyme disease, they come off of deer.
Typically, yeah.
we get a lot of Lyme disease where I live, and then same with hantavirus. I think everybody I know has had hantavirus. It sucks. And what's the other one? H1N1 quite often.
What'd you say? H1N1. That's the Lyme disease, right?
Bird flu.
Oh, ooh.
But the hantavirus, that one's nasty. I don't think I've had it yet. I've definitely been exposed to it lots because I've been in the same workplace as other people that have caught it, and it's kind of weird because China has a vaccine for it, but Canada claims that there isn't one. It would be interesting to find out what it is China's given their people for it that we don't recognize.
Can you say that again?
Hantavirus?
Okay.
There's a vaccine in China for it, but Canada doesn't recognize it, and
Oh, interesting.
I'd like to know why. It's weird not to recognize the vaccine that a country as large as China uses.
There's a lot of that going on, though, medical standard wise. You guys, coming up on that 5 o'clock mark, right? If anybody has any questions or anything they'd like to come up and talk about, I know it's Friday. I know we've all had a long week. It's end of the week for most people. It's supposed to be the beginning of the week for me because I start work tomorrow. But if anybody wants to come up, any topics they'd like to talk about or any specific questions, please feel free to hit the request. How are we looking on the 1.9.4 validators being upgraded? Any
I was
progress?
about to say, I was about to say, Chris, if you want to message me through maybe Discord, we can get that straight.
Oh yeah, sorry, I never got to that last night. Yeah, I'll work on that right away. But yeah, the validators will have more 194s after they all get blocked. The 17s and 18s. 5 hours or 5 days, 18 hours, 42 minutes to go.
5 days.
I don't get how that works. With the 1.9.4 in 5 days, it's
No. There's an amendment block coming for old nodes. I think it's what 1.7 and older.
It's anybody. So the amendment was introduced in 191. So anybody running a node prior to that will be blocked.
Okay, so 191. That's a lot. Yeah, that's right. What,
amendment block. Yeah.
60 people? 160 nodes?
It's the count right now is 128 nodes. And those are just nodes that Alloy's able to find. Nobody knows if Alloy's actually able to find all of them. They probably are though. I've looked at his API. It's pretty cool. But there could be more, but probably not.
Jeez.
And it's better than blocking everybody prior to the NFT fix, right? Because that's hundreds of nodes instead of just 128 nodes. So we'll get a practice run. We'll block some. They'll come back as 194. The network will be stronger. We'll do another block. It's going to be a mess, though.
I'll make a cleanup.
Yeah, one theory that I had was that because there are so many validators that are run by universities that have courses in blockchain, it's entirely possible that some of these nodes are just sitting on a student computer somewhere, and it was just part of their course of firing up a node kind of thing. And so they're just sitting there, dead nodes, not actually having any kind of use, or even just people at home that, fired up a Ripple node and then it's just running in the background, not doing anything.
You know what would be interesting is if universities ended up as a matter of, for example, like a practical matter of like teaching students, running their own nodes and like their own hardware and everything. And almost like the internet started up, from the universities, right? And networking the universities together. And then like the internet of value kind of goes the same way. That could be interesting. That would be a unexpected as of yet outcome.
Yeah, my first email address was through my school, and it was incredibly long, and you had to dial into a BBS to check them. But yeah, there was definitely a lot more done at the school than you could do at home. I mean, I remember when we first got AOL and thinking, like, if this is the internet, what are we using at school? Because at school, there's so much more shit we can do, and it's a lot faster.
Well, that was how Facebook beat out MySpace, was university emails, right? Because you couldn't get university email without, like, I mean, you got to apply and you got to get accepted and you got to give them all your information. Like, obviously, your identification is confirmed. And so initially, when Facebook started, you could only sign up with a school email. Well, that meant that who you said you were is like who you were. And versus MySpace, you could like just make an account and say you're, I don't know, the Joker, right? Like you could be anybody. It doesn't matter. That was the trust building aspect that gave Facebook their competitive advantage. And this is one of the reasons I get so irritated with this whole trustlessness nonsense. This is about trust building. These networks, like if I send you a transaction on Ledger, you have trust that the transaction has been delivered. It's not trustless. You trust that it's there, right? Like you might not trust me, but you still trust the system. And by trusting the system, it's like I might not trust you. Like let's go flip over to the legal. Is Cash just still in here? Oh, he would be off. But yeah, it's not. I mean, like, look at the legal system. It's not like I don't need to trust you, and you don't need to trust me. But we both trust that if we sign a contract, that I can go and take you to court and make sure you uphold your end of the contract, and you can go and take me to court and make sure that you uphold me to my end of the contract. So the trust doesn't have to be between the individual actors, it's in the system. That's the important part. I hope that made sense.
Speaking of courses and crypto learning, I was checking out the XRPL, no, learning.xrpl.org. It was quite a good read for beginners. Not that not that I could need some more advanced, but it was a good read. Have you guys been checking it out?
Say it again, Wolf.
No, I saw that you have the learning.xrpl.org, or what it is called. It's good read for new people to the crypto.
Yeah. It's a the learning portal where they're trying to bring people on with the little light coding like Python and JavaScript.
Yeah, I just came to that section also. I will read through the coding parts now soon. So it was great read.
Does anybody have?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Death, do we want to wrap it up?
Yeah. If anybody doesn't have any last minute questions or anything they'd like to bring up, it's been a good chat today. I know I'm a little tired. I know I feel like feeling the vibe. I feel like everybody's a little bit tired today. I know it's been a long week, but hopefully I see everybody this weekend. No, we don't host any ledger scale spaces, but I'm sure me and Karma will be on like usual. And if not, then hopefully see everybody here Monday, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time next week. And we'll be back in full order, full of energy. Oh, Dreamo, I thought you had a question. Given the high five to you as well, my man. And I hope everybody has a good rest of the weekend. And Karma, if
Happy
you want
holidays to the Canadians.
what'd you say?
Happy holidays to the Canadians.
Happy holiday to the Canadians. What holiday is it?
Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's a different day for Thanksgiving. What day is Thanksgiving?
This weekend.
Oh,
I'm celebrating tomorrow.
well, happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, Chris. I saw that earlier, actually. So have a great celebration at the Thanksgiving, and thanks, Carmen, and that for holding the space as always. Yeah.
Hey, Chris, fry a turkey. Have you ever fried a turkey?
I just had this conversation. Me and my brother just went to the grocery store to get everything, and I'm like, let's go to the hardware store and get a deep fryer. And he's like, they closed for the holidays, so we can't go get a turkey deep fryer.
Oh man. Oh man. That's the way. That's the way to do it. Once you eat a fried turkey, you'll never bake a turkey again. Baked turkey's stupid. Fried turkey, that's the way to go. And it's not even like like fried chicken is like greasy and stuff. Fried turkey is not, because the bird's so big, the oil only touches the outside. But the thing is, just the grease keeps the juice in, and so the turkey gets cooked, but it's just so juicy because it's all crisped over. I can give you recipes if you
Yeah.
want.
I pretty much do that already. Like I throw in 4 sticks of garlic butter and then use a baster and
Yeah, I was gonna
constantly baste the thing.
That's what it is. As long as you baste it, man, you're good to go. Just got to keep concurrently doing it.
All right. Well, anyway, so yeah, nothing's financial advice, and the people that are speaking up are not speaking for ledgerscale, but we really appreciate everybody joining. And Death, you want to go? Are we going to go ahead and end it?
Yes, sir. See everybody Monday, 3:30 Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, guys.
See ya.